Antonio Freeman. Out to the 43-yard line, knocked out of bounds by Darrell Lewis. Jeff Fisher, in his 5th season as the head coach of the Tennessee Oilers, and Mike Holmgren, of course, now 50 years of age, came here back in 1992.
They expect a lot from the Tennessee defense, and what Jeff Fisher likes to do against an offense like Mike Holmgren's.
This season.
Second best in the NFL.
3rd down and about 4 yards to go at the 43-yard line. Man out of the backfield in motion is Freeman. Back to pass is Brett. Quick pattern over the middle. Wide open in the slot to the 50, 40.
Nobody at home.
35, 30. It's for a touchdown for Antonio Freeman. 10-5 touchdown. The Tennessee Oilers fail to pick him up. Little circle route out of the backfield, Max, and that may have fooled him.
Boy, it looked like somebody knew something there, Jim, because that was a call play. Nobody covered Freeman all the way.
The Oilers blitzed Joe Bowden off the corner. Brett read it perfectly and went right to his hot receiver, Antonio Freeman, 57 yards for the TD.
Holy cow, is that the way to start? And if you were concerned about letdown, I don't think there's any letdown involved with the offensive team. And they have scored in the first minute and 38 seconds of this ball game. Ryan Longwell to kick the extra point. Little high snap, well handled by Peterson, up through and good. 7-0 the Packers. Timeout on the field. Back after this on the Packer Radio Network.
You can make it a non-stop weekend, but you can laugh right into the night. You can make it a sunshine day at the beach. Just make it a Bud Light. That's right. You can make it the greatest time of your life. You can make it a Bud Light. So make it a Bud Light. Bud Light's clean, fresh taste won't fill you up and never let you down. So what would you do? Make it a Bud Light. And as a push, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you going to break your back again this winter shoveling or trying to get that old snow thrower to start? Check out the full line of powerful, dependable Murray snow throwers at Mills Fleet Farm now. A 3-horsepower single-stage Murray snow thrower is perfect for clearing smaller driveways, sidewalks, and steps. And its 2-cycle Tecumseh engine has a fuel primer for easy cold weather starts. It's easy to use and comes fully assembled for just $259.95. For the best selection of Murray snow throwers, shop Mills Fleet Farm today.
Reason 3 to join a credit union. Fees.
I'll give you 3 reasons. Banks charge extra ATM fees, extra checking fees, even, get this, walk up to the live teller fees. If you don't belong to a credit union, chances are very good, and that's bad, you're being feed upon big time. But credit unions? Studies show credit unions charge much lower fees. So if you're feed up, take your 3 reasons out of the bank to a credit union.
The credit unions of Wisconsin. It's better over here.
Well, this game's action is brought to you by your Polaris personal watercraft, ATV, and snowmobile dealers. For outdoor fun, Polaris. Ride the best. Now, you're a wide receiver. When you see yourself coming across the middle and you know there's nobody there between you and the goal, what do you say? I hope the quarterback sees me?
Absolutely, Jim, but it looked like Brett knew exactly what was going on there. He saw the blitz, knew who was going to be open, got it to him, and it was just a race to the goal line.
Now, you know what happens sometimes when we get a quick early touchdown? There's a letdown, and Tennessee, the heck of a team.
Good road team, 5-2 record this season. Last week, Jacksonville went up on them 10-0. They wound up winning that game.
All right, here's Derek Mason is one of those back deep. Also, Mike Archie. Archie takes the ball at the 2-yard line on the kickoff by Longwell. Back to the right to the 10, looks up the middle to the 15, gets to the outside at the 20, being chased down and brought down at about the 27-yard line. In to make the tackle and catch up is the fullback, Michael Blair. Blair, I don't know that he had outside containment, but he got out there quickly enough to knock down Mike Archie.
Much better job, obviously, the Packers maintaining some sort of lane discipline than when they did last week and got burned by Glenn Milburn.
So the ball is out to the 24-yard line where it becomes first down. Steve McNair. It's a one-back offense, Max. Eddie George with Michael Rowan and Frank Wycheck generally as the blocking backs in this offense.
I tell you, the defense will be sore after they take the pounding from George today because he likes to run over people.
6'3", 240 pounds. Steve McNair is the quarterback, and he's 6'2", 225. Here's the handoff. Eddie George off the right side, hit right at the line of scrimmage and bent backwards, and the tackle is made by Bernardo Harris, who knocked him down at the line of scrimmage. You know, we were talking about the running game. It's 1,200 yards for Eddie George, but Steve McNair has 475 yards himself in running.
No, George actually averages less than 4 yards a carry, but as a team, the Oilers are above 4 strictly because of Steve McNair.
Well, I think McNair would be our leading rusher, wouldn't he?
That ain't saying a whole heck of a lot.
It's second down and 10. Again, single running back, 2 wide receivers, Kevin Dyson and Yancey Thigpen. The ball comes over to the left and through behind Jackie Harris, former Packer, who was the tight end. A poor throw by Steve McNair. You remember the last time Yancey Thigpen played in this stadium?
When?
Let me refresh your memory. Remember, it was for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was about to win the game. He was perfectly open in the end zone and dropped the ball.
Absolutely remember that play. I can almost picture that play.
It's going to be 3rd down and 10 for the Tennessee Oilers. Splitting off to the right side is Dyson. And to the left side now will go Thigpen on 3rd down out of a shotgun for McNair. And remember, he will run. Straight back in the pocket. Looks, dances around. Now running to the right. Dumps it off to the right side.
Whoa.
Man, Eddie George hit by Scott McGarrahan. The minute he caught it and they ruled he didn't even catch it. It was knocked out of his hands, and what a hit by McGarrahan. Holy cow. And the Packers just seem charged up to play this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Some people might think they'd come in a little lackluster because they've already clinched the spot. I think you get ready for a football game on Wednesday. Obviously, these guys got themselves ready to play.
All right, the kicker to do the punting is Craig Hintrick. What a year he's had, averaging 48 yards a kick.
Just got into his very first Pro Bowl.
High floater. Roel Preston says fair catch. Boy, he had a lot of room.
That's a bad time to fair catch.
At the 32-yard line, we'll get a timeout on the field. 7-0 the Packers. We'll take a break and be back after we pause for this on the Packers Radio Network.
Brett, you like to drive. How do you shop for a car?
When I buy a car, I'm like anyone else. You want a good deal.
Yeah, sure.
You want the most for your money.
Of course.
Me too. So I found my best value at Bergstrom Automotive.
Bergstrom? They sell more cars than anyone else in the state.
19 major brands. Bergstrom has like 17 locations across Wisconsin.
You want a car that fits your style. And Bergstrom's got them all. They play fair. And you always win. That's what makes Bergstrom the best value.
Will you repeat that?
Oh, man. Hi, this is Brett Favre. If you could see me now, you'd see that I'm all decked out in the latest Packer stuff. But since you can't see me, there's only one thing you can do. Get down to your nearest Kohl's department store to see the complete line of merchandise. Kohl's has it all. The latest jackets, jerseys, sweats, tees, and hats, in a full range of sizes. Now, if I could only be this invisible to those 300-pound defensive linemen.
That's more like it, Kohl's.
It's that time of the year again, filled with holiday traditions, fun parties with neighbors and friends, big family dinners, and Green Bay shooting for the playoffs. Remember, for all your party, dinner, and tailgating needs, it's always Roundy's. Roundy's quality products are available at Pick and Save and other fine Roundy's member stores near you. From everyone in the Roundy's family, the very happiest of holidays and best wishes for the new year to you and yours.
Well, a reminder that Kohl's Department Store is your headquarters for great Packer merchandise, jackets, sweatshirts, jerseys, and hats. If you're a Packer fan, they'll make it worth your while. Kohl's, that's more like it. Somebody just said, what are those things? You took a bite. What are
Well, say hello to whoever sent them. I can't quite figure it out myself.
It says, say hello to Paul and Ray Triver. Ty River, rather. A happy 25th anniversary from their kids, Amy and Ben, and they sent up some candy or cookies or something that I just spilled all over the place. First down for the Packers at their own 32-yard line. The Packers leading in the ball game 7-0, and we have played less than 3 minutes of this contest. Out of an I formation, deep back is Dorsey Levens. Ooh, hit at the 30 and drilled down at about the 31-yard line. Really good hit out of the backfield, and that's Blaine Bishop, and he's probably, as I said before, their best player and best tackler. 100 tackles so far this season.
No, this season marked the end of 3 straight Pro Bowls for Blaine Bishop.
Well, he's good.
Big hitter.
1 interception, 2 sacks so far this season. 5'9", 203 in his 6th year out of Ball State. Going to be second down, no gain on the last play. And now they put Derek Mays in the backfield. This same formation that they used before, only they had in the backfield. Now they're going to switch and go into a different formation. And man, this is crazy. And back to pass goes Brett on second down, looking a lot of time, going down the sidelines, intending it for one of the new receivers, Russell Copeland, and Copeland well defended on the play, and that was Steve Jackson, the other safety. And I'm not sure that's where Brett wanted to go with the ball.
No, I think that was kind of semi getting rid of the ball, because I don't think he was the first choice. He was well covered, never open.
Fellas, we might want to check on the condition of Mark Chmura, Jeff Thomason, when the Packers are in lone tight end formations recently, has been manning the tight end spot. Mark Chmura on the sideline talking to some folks right now.
All right, we're going to go with a third down now and 10 yards to go for the Packers. Split the two running backs behind the quarterback, Brett Favre. Receivers to the left and right. Here's Brett, straight back in the pocket. Got good protection. Steps up. Now on the run. He can run for the first down if he wants to, and he wants to. Boy, he slid. Let's see where they put him down.
They got
One of the officials is going backwards. The first one says he had the first down, and it's going to be very, very close. He's going to be just inches short, I believe. No, they're saying, well, they moved the football, and they're saying it's a first down without even a measurement, because he is across the 42, and that's all that he needed to get.
Now, there's no grass out there sliding. You could get a heck of a strawberry.
Well, I saw the official rule him safe when he went down, so that tells you it's more like a baseball field. So a good run by Brett Favre gets the first down for the Packers, driving from our right to our left here in the first quarter. Levin's in the backfield along with William Henderson. They split into a pro set now. Brett straight back in the drop back. Looking, lots of time comes up over the middle. You know what? An official got in the way. It was intended short for Derek Mays with Steve Jackson on him. And the official got right in the way, and Brett threw it in towards the ground and didn't have much other room to go with it anywhere.
That time Tennessee was in the fabled 46 defense that the Bears made famous in the late 80s and so forth. And Jeff Fisher played on those Bears teams when Buddy Ryan first invented it. It's kind of gone out of fashion, though. You need great defensive linemen to play it effectively. That was back in the days when they had Dan Hampton and Steve McMichael in their prime, Richard Dent.
They tell us that Chmura has a sprained ankle early in this game. Man, sprained calf. Here is the handoff. Goes to Dorsey Levens. Finds the outside. Gets the 45 up to midfield. And a gain of about 8 yards on the play before he can be hit and dropped on the play. The tackle made by Henry Ford, the right tackle. Boy, I loved his cars in the early days.
Either a good job or a good hold that didn't get called by Ross Verba. He had to sustain his block a long time on that one.
Third down and about 3 yards to go for the first down. Our guests in the broadcast booth today are from Target, Mark Freeman, and from Target, Karen Freeman and Jamie Moore. And we'll give you the winners of the contest here in a minute. There's some contest winners. Third down and about 3 for the Packers. Thomason in motion. Here's the delay. Handoff goes to Levens. First down at the 45. Little delay handoff to Dorsey Levens, and Levens found a pretty good hole, and the running game now has gotten 2 consecutive first downs.
Well, it's great to see Dorsey Levens turning it on, makes the first down and 2 runs there, Jim. I still think that he's the key to this, how far this team goes in the playoffs.
Let's see, let me just say from Target, Karen Freeman, Mark Freeman, Jamie Moore, and Corey Shield. Some are employees, some are guests, some sneaked in the back door. I don't know how that all worked out. First down at the 45-yard line for the Packers, who lead 7-0. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Here's Brett on the handoff. Dorsey goes to the right side through a little hole, gets down to about the 41. He just needed a little shove by Adam Timmerman there at about the 42, and it might have broken open for a little bit more. He gains about 5 yards on the play. Second down.
Pretty respectable job by Jeff Thomason on the end man on the line of scrimmage there, but Jeff does not have the punch that Mark Chmura does. Just doesn't have the size or the brawn to punch a guy off the football, and so that affects the Packers running game. You need a soft spot. Didn't quite get it there.
Packers took a long time getting the play to Brett Favre. He was standing there looking in to Mike Holmgren to see what he wanted to do. Russell Copeland came in late. It's going to be second down. Let's call it about 6.5 yards to go for the first down for the Packers. Here's Brett, straight drop back in the pocket. Good protection again. Now it breaks down. He steps up. Now he's on the run, and he's going to be tackled for a sack at the 43-yard line. A loss of about a yard on the play. That was good downfield coverage by the Tennessee Oilers because Brett had time. Then when he stepped up, Max even had more time, but nobody came open for him.
Yeah, what he allowed is several defenders surrounding the deep man there who he really wanted to go to, but never had a chance.
You know, you've mentioned a couple times, Jim, already good protection. It ought to be good protection today. The Oilers have just 27 sacks all season. Only 2 teams in the entire NFL are worse. We ought to protect against these guys.
You know what, and I think there's some confusion on a part of the Packers with Russell Copeland being used and probably Brian Manning later. There have been some confusion on formations. Third down and 10 yards to go for the Packers. Brett straight back in the pocket. Here they come off the corner, and Brett sacked all the way back to the 46-yard line. From the corner over on that side is Bill Bishop. That is his 3rd sack of this season. And the Packers, after moving the ball down to about the 42-yard line, are going to have to kick it away. But I think there was kind of some confusion about what they wanted to do that whole series.
Well, nobody looked for a cornerback blitz. As a result, nobody even saw him, including Brett, until he was right on top of him.
Bishop did a fine job of timing his blitz. Good play by at least a former Pro Bowl player.
Derek Mason is the return man. He averages 7 yards per return. Here's Sean Landeta with his first punt of the day. And Landeta's been good inside the 20. And Mason trying to catch the ball on the run. Does at the 14-yard line and goes down at the 15. Good downfield contact made early on the play by Kerry Cooks to slow the play down. We got a timeout on the field. 7-0 the Packers. Back after we pause for this from your local station on the Packers Radio Network.
The human body wasn't cast from a single mold. At Covenant Healthcare, we recognize that every person is unique. That's why we have 30 different care facilities. Our more than 2,000 doctors take a team approach in providing you with the best health care available. Covenant offers some of the most advanced heart care and cancer treatments in the area, and we're well known for our programs dedicated to the special needs of women and infants. We're also affiliated with hundreds of different health plans. Covenant Healthcare, because nobody's quite like you.
This holiday, Ameritech Cellular has gift ideas that'll have everyone talking, like free talking. Get a free Motorola phone on plans with generous peak and off-peak minutes for as low as $29.95. Also, stop by any store and discover the true value of giving by supporting Toys for Tots. Bring in a new unwrapped toy now through January 5th and receive 20% off any in-stock cellular or paging accessory. Call 1-800-MOBILE-1 today. Ameritech, in a world of technology, people make the difference. New 2-year contract required. Normal tolls, taxes, fees, credit, and other restrictions apply. Limited time offer. See locations for details.
Why is this Chevy truck country? It's because Chevy offers the dependability, quality, and durability you demand. Test drive a Chevy truck, van, or sport utility today at your local Chevrolet dealer. Proud sponsors of Packers football.
See the Packers play in person. Follow the Packers to their next game, home or away. Listen to Win Monday morning at 7:15 on Wisconsin's Morning News on News Radio 620 WTMJ, flagship for the Green Bay Packers.
You know, you could win a new Arctic Cat Z370 snowmobile. Enter at participating Arctic Cat dealers, including Shoreline Motorsports on Racine and Smith Brothers Ford in Mosinee. You got your daughter here today.
Yes,
and
my wife. And,
well, I know your wife.
Here. Yeah, well, we're all here to. We had a good time last night. We ran into Larry at our favorite place, Eve's, and
great place.
Great place, and.
I guess that meant you didn't have to pay for it. Both of you threw a plug in for them. First down at the 15-yard line for the Tennessee Oilers. 7-0 the Packers. Darren Sharper playing the left corner today in place of Craig Newsome. Now after a reset, here's a play-action fake by McNair. Here they come after him.
Oh, he can run a long way.
He's to the 15, to the 20, the 25, and slides down at the 29-yard line for a first down under Pat Terrell, who is there to make the tackle at about the 29. Now, he came into the ballgame. He had rushed 65 times, 475 yards. He's got a big plastic cover on his, I think it's his plant foot, his left foot, and it makes it difficult. And I was talking to Craig Hentrick and to one of the Tennessee Oilers, and they say this kid's just playing on courage, just plain old courage out there every game.
Well, that's you got to play on something. You might as well do that.
First down at the 29-yard line for the Tennessee Oilers. Their first down of the game. Handoff Eddie George, left side rather. Hit right at the line of scrimmage, tries to bull his way forward. And the Packers, who met him at the attack, Booker, and down underneath there, getting up last, is Gilbert Brown, and that's the first real gravedigger shovel we've seen in a while from Gilbert Brown.
Gilbert doing a good job against good offensive linemen. The Oilers got a fine offensive line led by All-Pro Bruce Matthews at left guard. Gilbert just owning those folks right now.
Second down.
You should. Did you see the replay? He not only stood the guy in front of him, but somebody else came in to block him and hit Gilbert and fell right on their back.
Second down and 10 yards to go at the 30-yard line for the Tennessee Oilers. Receivers to the left and right, got a slot on the right side. Quick pattern goes to the slot man. Now this is the outside receiver. It's caught, and a first down for Yancey Thigpen across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. They really ran him behind Wycheck, whom they put in the slot on the right side, Larry, and then he just followed Wycheck right into that hole and got the first down on the play.
You know, the principles of the so-called West Coast offense, you see them all over the league right now, and we've seen the Packers do just that sort of thing a number of times to get players open.
Wycheck this time will line up as the slot on the right, and Thigpen will be, or to the left, and Thigpen will be to the right. Then they put Jackie Harris up on the line of scrimmage. So they got 2 tight ends into the ballgame practically every play. Here's a play action fake by McNair. Rolls to the left, fires on the run. Caught, but not much yardage out of this, out to about the 45-yard line. Good coverage by Terrell. And hit and dropped is the receiver, who is Wycheck, who came off that slot on the left side. Let me check that. The number is a little blurred there. It is Wycheck, I believe, who caught the ball.
I'll tell you, a good second effort. Got him a good 4.5, 5 yards there, Jim. Not a bad first down play.
Now the Oilers roll McNair a lot, and it kind of makes the job simpler for a young quarterback. He just has half the field to work with and so forth, less decisions to make.
Second down and about 6 yards to go for the Tennessee Oilers at the at their own 45-yard line. Man in motion to the right side is Wycheck again. He lines up as a wing on the right side now, waiting for the snap from center. Here's McNair rolling right this time, throws across his body and overshot his intended receiver downfield, and that was Joey Kent, who had come into the ball game and lined up as a wide receiver, and the coverage was good there, but Kent had fallen down and the ball went over his head.
They had a good play call, Jim. It's kind of a sprint out to the right, had a guy wide open, just a bad pass.
Well, again this year, for every Packer sack, Piggly Wiggly Supermarkets will donate $250 to the Max McGee Maxi Fund for juvenile diabetes research. So cheer the Pack, shop the pig. That mobile quarterback is so important, isn't he?
Sure is.
All right, third down and 6.
McKenzie and Lyon into the game to rush the passer.
McNair with a single running back. They've kind of gone away from George on this series. Here's McNair, short drop, quick slant pattern. Was it caught? No. Came free. It was intended for Yancey Thigpen, and he went down low to get it, but he couldn't come up with the ball. Good coverage on the play as well by the Packers.
And Pat Terrell blitzing off the edge kind of rushed things just a bit.
So it is going to be a kicking down for the Tennessee Oilers. Craig Hentrick will come in. This is the one guy they said we didn't want to lose, but we didn't have any choice in the matter. Just couldn't match the dollars, didn't think he would lead. And he did. All right, back to do the kicking. Hentrick gets a good snap from center. This is a driving kick. Look at this beauty. And Roel Preston gets out of the way and lets it go into the end zone, and it'll be brought out at the 20-yard line. Packers have the lead, 7-0. Back after we pause for this on the Packer Radio Network.
It's Packer party time at Target, where you can always expect more and pay less. Start with flavor blasted goldfish from Pepperidge Farm. Look for boomer-size savings on 8-ounce sizes, blasted with extra cheddar, sour cream and onion, extra pizza, and nacho flavor. For your sweet tooth, the fun goes on and on with General Mills Fruit by the Foot and Nature Valley Crunchy Granola Bars, the energy bar nature intended. General Mills, Pepperidge Farm, and Target, your Packer party team.
This is Bob Habish. It doesn't matter where you live in Wisconsin. Injuries from an accident can happen through no fault of your own. Let's hope that never happens. But if it does, you'll need all the support you can get from your family, your friends, and from a dedicated team of lawyers. Habish, Davis, and Rotier. Another team with a winning tradition.
This Christmas, you could give traditional gifts. You could give the gift of adventure, the gift of excitement, the gift of a new Polaris snowmobile. This year, Polaris has 22 new models, 5 new engines, 2 new styles, and 2 new brake systems. How about accessories? Polaris has some great gift ideas for you. Plus, if you're into fashion, check out the complete line of Polaris clothing. From helmets to bibs and jackets to snowmobile suits, a gift of Polaris clothing will stuff anyone's stocking. This Christmas, give a little excitement. Give the gift of Polaris. See your local Polaris dealer today. Polaris, ride the best.
Feel good about borrowing with M&I Master Loan, the smart way to use your home's equity. Start with a rate that's much lower than the prime rate, and you can keep your rate low because with M&I Master Loan, your rate can go down if your line balance goes up. Now that's smart. And with fast approvals, M&I Master Loan makes it easier than ever. Just call 1-800-MI-BANKS day or night to apply and get a rate that's lower than prime. Or stop by your nearby M&I Bank location. Equal housing lender.
Well, with this break in the action, ought to be a great time for the great taste of Bud Light. It's a big hit with fans everywhere because it won't fill you up, never let you down. Make it a Bud Light. From the 21st down, play action fake by Brett, standing back there all day over the middle. Freeman, he threw it low. Did Freeman catch the ball or not? Let's see, they're looking to see, and they're going to rule that he caught the ball at the 35-yard line, I believe. No, now they rule no catch.
I think
there was a lot of
Well,
there was a lot of uncertainty on the play. Let's put it that way.
The guy that had the best look at it is the one that came in and said, no, it hit the ground. So we'll watch a replay here, but I think it did hit the ground.
You know what really is interesting about that? That was not a good throw by Brett. And he has to go down and get it. We can't tell whether he caught it or not. And he probably had more time to throw that ball than he's had in any time at all during the course of this day. So that was one that it's just hard to tell whether or not he caught it, and so they ruled he didn't. Not a great deal of complaint by the Packers on the play, so it's a 2nd down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Brett has split running backs behind him. This is a kind of a draw to Dorsey. Levens picks his way, gets across the 20, out to about the 24-yard line. Just not enough time to clear everybody and get upfield. By the way, I want to say hello to the Michaud family, who are winners of a Piggly Weekly contest. They get to come to the game, sit in the booth, and look around. Dave and Joanne, and then sons Nicholas and Jeffrey are here.
From welcome from Piggly Wiggly.
And they all know Larry McNair. I mean, they know of him because he gets into Fond du Lac on his television show all the time.
Walleye Weekend.
Walleye Weekend with Larry McNair. All right, it's going to be 3rd down and about 6 yards to go from the 24-yard line. 3 wide receivers now. Brett back in the pocket again. Great timing. Up over the middle. It goes to Dorsey. He dropped it.
Wow.
Flag downfield, however. There is a flag downfield, and we'll watch and see what the officials are going to call.
That'll be holding.
That was just a little bit behind Dorsey Levens, and that's an illegal hold on the part of the Tennessee Oilers, which will be an automatic 1st down for the Packers. But the ball should have been caught by Dorsey Levens.
No doubt about it. Dorsey getting his timing and getting in shape, but every week it looks a little better.
Asked Dorsey about his leg and how it was feeling to date, and he said it's definitely not something he can forget about yet, and it does get sore, but once they tee it up and the adrenaline starts flowing, he can deal with it, but it's not something that's gone away.
Well, this season, every Packers score is one for the MAC Fund. The Packers Radio Network and participating sponsors have teamed up to continue to fight against childhood cancer with scoring for MAC. 1st down at the 29-yard line in their own territory for the Packers. 3:44 to go in the quarter. Deep handoff goes to Dorsey, trying to find the right corner. He gets the 30 and across the 30, out to about the 33 for a gain of 3 or 4 yards on the play. The tackle made by the linebacker for the Tennessee Oilers, Lonnie Martz, who's been around a long time, 9th year out of Tulane.
Former Buccaneer. And once again, Jeff Thomason doing a pretty adequate job out there of maintaining his block, but he can't punch a hole in the defense like Mark Chmura can.
No huddle offense for the Packers on 2nd down and 6, maybe 6.5 yards to go. Brett Favre has them at the line of scrimmage, split the 2 running backs, short drop, quick pattern, looks, can't find anybody, now running, now caught from behind, now got
it open.
Freeman, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Freeman hit at the goal line, falls in. Brett Favre with an ad-lib for a touchdown, and the Packers have scored again.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you, Brett, just found him at the last minute. Out of the corner of his eye, he looked up, Freeman wide open, perfect pass, and Freeman hops into the end zone.
And the Oilers secondary making that age-old mistake of losing track of their man when Brett starts to scramble. Can't afford it because he's never dead.
And I wonder if Tim Powers of Coon Rapids, Minnesota is listening. Because if he is, he just won $620. And he calls in. All right, Ryan Longwell for the extra point. An explosive touchdown again by Freeman. The kick is on its way. The kick is through and good. 14-0 the Packers. Back after this on the Packer Radio Network.
For Packers coverage, go right to the source. The Green Bay Packers Radio Network. Listen to friends you can depend on. Jim Irwin, Max McGee, Larry McCarron, Dennis Krause, Len Casper, Lance Allen, Bill Scott, and Jim Kasten. Stay here and don't miss a thing.
Hey, football fans, tackle the savings at Tires Plus stores. Their low-priced brand-name tires and great service make Tires Plus the top people for the bottom of your car.
Low warehouse prices, world-class service, Tires Plus.
I'm Esther Lemke. I'm 87 years old.
The world's greatest Packer fan talks about her lifelong obsession.
I've got Packer plates, keychains, and this is my Green Bay toaster cozy.
Luckily for people like Esther, there's the Journal-Sentinel with scouting reports on opposing teams, game day previews, intense post-game analysis, and color posters.
Here's my touchdown call.
It's everything a Packer fan could want. Because for some...
And here's my Packer nightie.
You can't have too much Packer coverage. Get the best Packer coverage in the state every morning in the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. If it happens, it's here.
Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. Makes you wanna holler hidey-ho. Feed your tummy on the go. Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. Cold milk in a real cool jug.
Now there's Dean's Milk Jug.
cold, fresh milk in a ready-to-roll, resealable bottle all your own. So now you got milk where you want it. Makes you want to holler, hide at home. Dean's Milk Jug. Feed your tummy on the go. Milk where you want it. Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. Yeah.
Want to remind you that Midwest Express Airlines wants to take this opportunity to salute Marvin Cleanest of John Deere Horicon Works, their partner in travel. Midwest Express Airlines, the best care in the air, official airline of the Green Bay Packers radio network. 29 touchdown passes now for Brett Favre, and for Antonio Freeman, 12 for touchdowns. Let's get a quick update from Lynn Casper.
Jim, the Patriots have gone up early on the Niners.
Solak back to throw. Sets it up in the left flat, passing it to Edwards. He gets by McDonald down the sideline, all the way to the goal line. Into the corner. Touchdown, Patriots.
That's Joe Starkey on KGO. 7-0 New England. Jim?
All right, here's the kickoff by Ryan Longwell. Mike Archie is back there, awaiting the return of this ball. Packers have gone up 14-0. A high floater that Archie is going to take at about the 5-yard line. Comes back through the middle at the 10 to the 15, back to the outside, 25, 30, and tripped up and down he goes. It's only going to rule him short of the 30-yard line. By the way, Tim Powers of Coon Rapids, Minnesota did call, and he will win the $620. That's nice to be able to do that. Well, where does Brett Favre have his vehicle service? Right where he got them, at Bergstrom Automotive. Brett knows the Bergstrom team will give him a great performance every time. Bergstrom, where you get a great deal more. What does Denise and your daughter have on their jackets there? And my wife doesn't have one. Time to relax for Jim and Max?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that? Oh, she has one. I'm sorry. How about that? I think it's a great idea, don't you?
Yeah, I do. And I also think that 620 came at a good time right before Christmas, right?
It did for Tim Powers of Coon Rapids, Minnesota. McNair, play action, fake, almost caught by Booker, gets around a corner on a bootleg to the 40, back inside to about the 44-yard line before Bernardo Harris can bring him down. That looked like a straight running play.
It also appears that that's going to be most of their offense today is going to be the quarterback running on the scramble.
You know, an excellent fake. They sold it very well. Pulled linemen, sent backs in the opposite direction. And they can rely on McNair to do it by himself because he is a fine runner, even with a bad case of turf toe.
And Booker almost had him. He could have made that a play that cost him yardage. First down all the way to the 44-yard line in their own territory. Here's McNair, short drop, three-step drop to the short man. That's Wycheck. Oh, there was a face mask. That was inadvertent by Kuntz. George Kuntz had it for just a moment, didn't let it go. That'll be a 5-yarder, and that'll move it into Packer territory about to the 48-yard line on the play. Oh, no, I can't call that a personal foul. That in no way is a personal foul because he immediately let go on the play. Should be a 5-yard penalty, not 15. Let's listen.
I would agree.
Oh my goodness. Oh, in no way is that a 15-yarder or ever meant to be a 15-yarder in that case. And Mike Holmgren is out there taking a look at that official, and he's absolutely right. That's a 5-yard penalty at most because George immediately released the play. Now watch, if you're watching on it. Now he grabbed it right there, and then he immediately releases right there at that
Terrible
point.
call.
Yeah. Should have been a 5-yard penalty. First down at the Packer 38-yard line.
Fine year by the men in stripes continues.
Slot man on the left, receivers left and right, and a single running back in Eddie George. Here's McNair on the draw to George. Finally gets outside. He's got the 35 and crosses about to the 31-yard line. Brian Williams undercut him and knocked him down at about the 31.
At the time, Bruce Matthews, the all-pro left guard for the Oilers, got the best of Gilbert Brown. Gilbert did not disengage.
This team's got about 3 or 4 Matthews on it. I don't think they're related, but they got a lot of Matthews. Gain of about 6, maybe 7 on the play. Second down and 3. The ball resting at the 32-yard line of the Green Bay Packers in possession of the Tennessee Oilers. The Packers lead 14-0. Got a slot on the right and a wing on the right. Here is the handoff to George. He gets the outside, trying to drive for the first down, and they hit him at about the 29 and send him backwards. I'm telling you, he's drawing a crowd when he gets the ball. Gilbert Brown is lying on top of him, which may not be the best thing in the world that ever happened to Eddie George.
I agree with that. You wouldn't want
you wouldn't even want to have to buy lunch for Gilbert Brown.
Good job by Keith McKenzie. He's in there more for pass rush than anything else, and yet he held the point of attack very well in that running play.
Third down and a yard. They make some changes. Lyon comes in, and McGarrahan comes in, and also Kerry Cooks. The Packers make 3 changes on third down and short. Eddie George is lined up about 7 yards deep for the Tennessee Oilers. McNair is good with the quarterback sneak, and that's what he's going to do. He tries to go off the left side and apparently has the first down about the 27-yard line. That one was pretty obvious. I think you could see he was going to sneak it from the very beginning.
Well, he timed it. You notice how instead of just jumping over the center, he let the blocking get out there and then followed behind the best spot and got the first down.
That's a guy who knows how to run, right?
He's gained a yard or two in his time.
He knows what this game is about.
You mentioned Kerry Cooks and Scotty McGarrahan coming into the ball game, Jim. The injury to Craig Newsome and the fact that he is inactive today totally changes the complexion of the Packers secondary when they go to 5 and 6 defensive backs.
That's the end of the first quarter. 14-0 to Packers. Back after this on the Packer Radio Network.
You can make it a Pat Wells. You can make it a deep black night. You can make it a smoking nightclub. You gotta make it a Bud Light. You can make it a date with your baby and tell her you treat her right. You can make sure when she's holding her beer, boys, make it a Bud Light. Bud Light's clean, fresh taste won't fill you up and never let you down. So what would you do? Make it a Bud Light. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Nobody loves to be on the receiving end of a Packers sack more than I do. This is Max McGee. And all season long, for Packers sacks, Piggly Wiggly Supermarket will donate $250 to the Max McGee Fund for Juvenile Diabetes Research. In the last 4 years, Piggly Wiggly's donated over $40,000 to children's charities through its Pack Sack program. And this year, it will give children with diabetes a chance for a brighter future. So cheer the Pack and shop the pig.
Piggly Wiggly, shop the pig.
This is Frank Winters. Welcome to my Tough Guy class. First lesson, food.
Sugar cookies are my favorite.
Santa, feed them to your reindeer. Tough guys eat donuts. Now, for that red Parker.
But it matches my sleigh.
Here's a dose of reality. Tough guys wear green and gold from the Packer Pro Shop, like authentic Packers jackets, hats, and gloves.
I kind of like your leather jacket.
Good. Now let's toughen up those puny little elves. The Packer Pro Shop. It's where the pros shop. Call for a free catalog.
Remember, it's not whether you win or lose, it's what you get to drive home from the game. And you're always a winner with Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust. Test drive one today at your local Chevrolet dealer. Proud sponsors of Packers football.
Well, fans, it's time now for the Quick Trip Quick Score Contest. Today's contestants, Mary Lou Becker from Waupaca, Wisconsin. Mary Lou thinks that Ryan Longwell will be the first Packer to score in the second quarter. She's already won a gift certificate from Quick Trip. And if Ryan Longwell scores first this quarter, Mary Lou will win a year's supply of quality gasoline from Quick Trip. This Packer broadcast is sponsored by Quick Trip. Quick Trip, the home of Cafe Caruba, serving delicious fresh brewed Caruba coffee and cappuccino. Stop by your neighborhood Quick Trip store and enjoy the gourmet flavors of Caruba coffee or cappuccino. First down at the 27-yard line of the Packers for Tennessee. Jackie Harris goes in motion to the right, lines up as a wing on the right side. Old movement on the part of the Tennessee Oilers, and that will cost him 5 yards back to the 32-yard line. And in this second quarter, by the way, our Bud Packer payoff contestant, Kevin Find, F-E-I-N-D, from West Allis, Wisconsin. Kevin, we've already given away $620. Maybe you'll have a chance to do it again. How many dollars can we give away in a single game? Anybody know? Maybe. Chimuro's going to the locker room. He is doubtful on his return. He's getting treatment in the locker room. That's
Jim,
not good news.
You mentioned former Packer Jackie Harris. The Oilers use him all over. Normal tight end position as a running back or a / H-back from time to time. He lines up all over the field.
You know, their two leading receivers are the tight ends, Wycheck and Jackie Harris. So it's going to be a first down and 15. And now what happened? Tennessee will take a timeout. Tennessee Oilers trailing in the ball game 14-0, having a little confusion at the moment. Timeout on the field. Back after we pause for this on the Packers Radio Network.
You want your kids to be able to enjoy their gifts right away, so make sure you also include the batteries they need. And Mills Fleet Farm has low prices on long-lasting Duracell batteries for all their toys and games. Duracell is the recognized leader in battery technology, and Mills Fleet Farm has a great selection, from AAAs to Ds, 9-volt, and even special application batteries. So make sure the kids on your list can enjoy their gifts right away with Duracell batteries from Mills Fleet Farm.
Brett,
you like to drive. How do you shop for a car?
When I buy a car, I'm like anyone else. You want a good deal.
Yeah, sure.
You want the most for your money.
Of course.
Me too. So I find my best value at Bergstrom Automotive.
Bergstrom? They sell more cars than anyone else in the state.
19 major brands. Bergstrom has like 17 locations across Wisconsin.
You want a car that fits your style, and Bergstrom's got them all. They play fair, and you always win. That's what makes Bergstrom the best value.
Could you repeat that?
Oh, man.
If children are a blessing, then grandchildren are truly a gift. They renew our hope. They recapture our youth. And as grandparents, you want to give them something in return. So perhaps you should consider giving your grandchildren life insurance from State Farm. It's a personal and flexible gift you can add to as they grow to help give them financial security for many years to come. So let your State Farm agent help you ensure that their days will be as bright as they've made yours. State Farm understands life.
Well, a reminder, today's game is brought to you by Roundy's. Roundy's quality products are available at Pick and Save and other fine Roundy member stores. Jim Palm tells us that the 3 catches for 129 yards by Freeman today puts him at 1,302 yards, and that's an all-time high for him, and we still got a long way to go in this game.
He's celebrating his very first Pro Bowl selection this week as a starter.
What'd you feel about Brett not being selected? I think he'll wind up in the game, because one of those quarterbacks generally opts out.
He says if that's the case, he ain't going.
Oh, okay.
He gets invited the first time or he don't go.
First down for Tennessee, 15 yards to go back at the 32-yard line. They will split Dyson off to the right side, and to the left side is Yancey Thigpen. And out of the shotgun goes McNair on first down. Again, you got to watch him running. Straight back in the pocket. McKenzie coming after him, can't get to him. Now he's chased out of the pocket. Now he runs. Santana Dotson chasing him down. He gets 5 yards and goes out of bounds at about the 26. They'll give him 6 yards. They had a chance over there. George Kuntz could have taken kind of a leveling shot at him, but probably would have been a little late. So McNair, and you just got to watch for him, Max. He runs and runs well.
Believe me, if they score a touchdown today, it will be because of his scramble, because the Packer defense have really got them bottled up.
Look at these snowflakes. These are big, gigantic snowflakes floating down here. This is picture. If you're going to play it, if you're going to do a last game in Lambeau Field, this might be perfect.
Well, I'd like a little more snow.
Okay, well, you're likely to get it before this is over. Going to be second down, 9 yards to go for the Tennessee Oilers, who trail 14-0. Early second quarter, single running back. Here is McNair on a draw, gives it to Eddie George, tries to slide outside and gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Looked like Billy Lyon may have gotten a hand on him and slowed him down, and then Santana Dotson finished it off for the Packers.
Early penetration by Lyon kind of put the play out of whack from the get-go. George has not done real well lately. 3-2 a carry over the last 5 games. I mean, he's a guy that he's a heavy collision type runner, and those guys kind of wear down from time to time.
Now a third down play from almost the 25-yard line. They have got to get it to about the 17.5. To the right side, Tyson. And to the left side, Thigpen. He lines up really as a wing on the left. Man in motion is Wycheck to this near side. And he's in a slot on the left. Back goes McNair to throw. Here comes Reggie. McNair to the corner. The ball hanging up in the air. Caught. Touchdown, Tennessee. Oh, poor coverage on the play by Kerry Cooks. And the ball is caught down there by Derek Mason. That ball hung up, and I thought Cooks might close, and he just never closed on the ball.
I'll tell you, just a deal of position, Jim. That the receiver had inside position. Cooks couldn't get around him, and they get an easy touchdown.
That was played very poorly by Cooks, and the Packers had 6 defensive backs on the field, and he's number 6. Again, a change. Craig Newsome out with an injury, so it moves everybody up in the batting order.
There's a case of playing the man and not the ball. If he plays the ball there, he intercepts it, but he played the man, and it was a touchdown.
13:42 to go here in the second quarter, and they could make it a 14-7 game. Snap isn't down, and the kick is up. It is 14-7, and we have a timeout on the field with the score. The Packers 14, Tennessee 7. Back after this from your local station here on the Packers Radio Network.
The human body wasn't cast from a single mold. At Covenant Healthcare, we recognize that every person is unique. That's why we have 30 different care facilities. Our more than 2,000 doctors take a team approach in providing you with the best health care available. Covenant offers some of the most advanced heart care and cancer treatments in the area, and we're well known for our programs dedicated to the special needs of women and infants. We're also affiliated with hundreds of different health plans. Covenant Healthcare, because nobody's quite like you.
Hi, Michael Feldman here. So what do you know about getting seats for sporting events? Well, I'll tell you something I know. It's tough finding good seats I can afford. Whenever I get a deal, it's for aisle 998 or higher, and the blimp tends to block my view. Oh, and those cheap obstructive view seats don't mean I'm going to get stuck behind someone wearing a big hat. It means I'm going to watch a concrete column for a couple of hours. Really, why can't finding a good affordable seat in a stadium be as easy as finding one on Midwest Express Airlines, where every seat is great because they're all spacious two-across leather seats, where you serve delicious cuisine and receive award-winning service. Heck, they call throwing a bag of peanuts service at a ball game. But with Midwest Express, Milwaukee's nonstop leader, you get great fares and the best care in the air. And that means you always get the most for your money. Speaking of value, a stadium hot dog for $4.50? Excuse me?
Well, a reminder, McDonald's is cooking Johnsonville brats. Try a delicious Johnsonville brat in an extra value meal, which includes a large order of golden fries and a medium Coke. Prices and participation may vary. Somebody say McDonald's. See what Annie Gagan sent to us? A gorgeous little McDonald's clock that we got.
McDonald's got a lot of class, don't they?
Yeah, especially when they send you and me gifts.
Yeah, and a lot of good hamburgers.
All right, the kickoff. A 14-7 ball game. We're going to talk about Steve
Jim's
McNair
lobbying
here.
for the future for retirement gifts now.
Here is a high floater. And it is Preston at the 4, back to the 10, to the 15, up the middle to the 20, through to the 25, and dragged down at the 29-yard line, where the Packers take over the first down. Brought to you today, our game is by State Farm Insurance and the State Farm agents throughout Wisconsin. For your family, for your insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Larry, I was talking about during that timeout that with McNair's ability to run, it's almost as if you're playing a contained defense against him, and when you do that, it gives him time to throw the football.
You got to be somewhat aware of your pass rush lanes, but if you get too cautious on that score, you're going to get absolutely no pressure, and as a matter of fact, the Packers have had very little pressure to date.
So it's going to be a first down at the 29-yard line for the Packers, leading 14-7 in this ball game. Brett will bring them to the line of scrimmage, and a play-action fake. Rolls to the left, out wide open was Derek Mays, and he missed it. Rolling to the left, and sometimes you will throw it high when you roll to the left, and that's exactly what happened on that play.
Yeah, absolutely missed him, and that's very unusual for Brett Favre to miss that pass.
Let me say hello to Marv and Judy Havel of Havel, Spurl, Chrysler, Plymouth, and Fort Atkinson, and Steve Pfeiffer and Sandy Pfeiffer, Steve is the senior manager at Ewald Chrysler, Plymouth, down in Oconomowoc. They're in our booth today. We welcome you all here. Hope you have a good time.
That misdirection pass really works well. The Packers have incorporated not only the tight end, but the wide receivers and the running backs. Got to complete the ball, though.
Second down. Derek Mays has not caught a pass here in the early going of this ball game. They got a linebacker right at the line of scrimmage. Now he drops off. Here's Dorsey Levens through a big hole, dives across the 30 to the 35 before Blaine Bishop makes the tackle and brings him down after a gain of about 5 yards.
Simple lead play. Good job, Adam Timmerman on the drive block. Good job, William Henderson leading the way.
I think I should correct myself. Nobody's caught a pass, but Antonio Freeman, he's caught 3 of them, 129 yards, 2 of them for touchdowns.
I was going to say, nobody's had a chance, because every time they get the ball, they throw it to Antonio. He takes it all away.
Third down and about 4. We're under 13 minutes to go here in the first half of the ball game from Lambeau Field. Last scheduled home game this season. Here's the ride, and the handoff goes to Dorsey. Back against the grain. Got to turn it upfield. Can't get his body squared away, and he's knocked down at about the 37-yard line, and the Packers don't get the first down out of it. A lot of help for the Tennessee Oilers, but the man who finished him off was James Roberson, the defensive right end.
When you try to wind a running play back all the way around the tight end, opposite where the play was called, it takes too long, generally speaking.
I think that probably was borne out by what happened on that play, don't you? Think so?
Strung it out. No place to go.
All right, back deep to return this kick is Mason, Derek Mason. Sean Landetta standing back at the 22-yard line. So the Tennessee Oilers stiffen on defense. Here is the kick by Landetta. 2 long touchdowns by the Packers so far. Ball hits at the 30, takes a sideways bounce to the 25, and then goes out of bounds somewhere in the neighborhood of the 26-yard line. So there's a timeout on the field. It is 14-7. The Packers back after this on the Packer Radio Network.
You can make it a non-stop weekend, but you can laugh right into the night. You can make it a suntan day at the beach. Just make it a Bud Light. That's right. You can make it the greatest time of your life. You can make it a Bud Light. So make it a Bud Light. Bud Light's clean, fresh taste. never lets you down. So what would you do? Make it a Bud Light. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Holiday parties with friends and neighbors, big family dinners, Green Bay and the playoffs, and the Badgers going to the Rose Bowl. That means it's party time at Pick and Save. When you're picky about quality and savings, it's always Pick and Save. The very best holiday wishes to you and your family from the entire Pick and Save family.
Current customer number 14.
When banks ask who gives you the best service, one name comes up survey after survey 15 years in a row.
Number 15.
No, it's not banks, mortgage companies, or savings banks.
16.
It's credit unions. Because over at the credit union, they treat you like a person, not a number. Because you're a member, not a customer.
Number 17.
Reason number 17 to join a credit union.
The credit unions of Wisconsin. It's better over here.
Well, today's Packer broadcast is brought to you by members of the Community Bankers of Wisconsin. They're on your corner and in your corner. To find a bank near you, visit their website at communitybankers.org. You know, they had a big tailgate party over by the Packer Hall of Fame today, and I was going over there, but I spent a lot of time talking to people here today, didn't you?
A lot of time, Jim. A lot of cameras around. They'd act like we weren't coming back here.
They don't know it's all a joke, do they? By the way, happy birthday to Jeff Erdman and Jeff Eckert. They're the people back here in the back who provide us with all the good food, and they've been very nice. And they're both celebrating. Both Jeff and Jeff are celebrating birthdays today. Happy birthday to them. First down at the 25-yard line for the Tennessee Oilers. McNair on a draw, play action fake, however. Now he comes up. It is caught out on the right sidelines and immediately drilled to the turf is the receiver. That appears to be Wycheck who caught the ball. Let's double check and see. Yeah, it is Wycheck who caught it. Wycheck is their leading receiver at 58 receptions so far this season. That was a pretty good looking play, wasn't it?
It's a good thing it wasn't a draw because the guy that faked the draw had a running all by himself.
The Oiler offensive line is a good one, but we got to get some kind of pressure and quit acting like McNair has a disease. We haven't got close to him.
2nd and 3, handoff to George, trying to slide through the line, gets across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. Pretty good reaction on the play by McKenzie to bring him down at the 31 to make it a 3rd down and 4.
Vaughn Booker does not appear to be injured, but McKenzie has been playing every down the last couple series.
So it is going to be 3rd down and 4. Here comes Billy Lyon into the ball game. Gilbert comes out. Kuntz comes out. Bernardo Harris comes out for the Packers. And they go with 6 defensive backs.
Number 5 and 6 are Scotty McGarrahan and Kerry Cooks, who already gave up a touchdown earlier today.
Dyson splits off to the right side. Thigpen is also split out. Out of the shotgun goes McNair. McNair, play action fake. He rolls to the right. Reggie trying to keep containing, and he does. Makes him throw it upfield, incomplete. Boy, there is a terrific job by Reggie White trying to sprint to the outside to keep his man McNair in containment, and he really did a good job in doing it.
Yeah, that again was a sprint out, a called play for him to get out there, Jim, but not open. The Oilers upset because they thought their receiver was pushed out of bounds here.
Well, they can be upset all they want to. The play didn't get called. So it is incomplete. Now then, what do we have? Ball rolled, apparently, as they tried to spot it. Now they'll re-spot it back at the 31. Would you like to see Roel Preston get back into the flow of things and get one of these well upfield?
He's going to the Pro Bowl, but based mostly on the first half of the season.
Yeah,
but
he's looking right up into the snow, right? I don't know what those snowflakes will do to you trying to return this. Here's a high floater. Boy, Tennessee got down quickly that time. Preston, its defender overran him. Preston to the 35, to the 40, out to the 46-yard line. Oh, a nice play. The defender for the Tennessee Oilers overran the play. And the Packers get good field position with a timeout on the field. We'll take a break and be back after we pause for this. This is the Packer Radio Network.
What's the most important feature of a furnace? Well, if you said reliability, you're right. Trane furnaces are the most reliable in the industry, and they're built to last season after season. But Trane doesn't stop there. A reliable furnace should also provide clean, healthy air and even temperatures. And it all starts with your reliable Trane dealer. For competitive prices, prompt installation, and dependable service, it's J&B Heating and Air Conditioning. Call J&B Heating and Air Conditioning and discover why it's hard to stop a Trane.
The 99 Arctic Cats are in at Mid-Cities Motorsports West Bend, Fitzgerald's Arctic Cat Powers Lake, Wilson Sport and Marine Palmyra, Lake Country Motorsports Waukesha, and Shoreline Motorsports Racine, and you're still sitting there? Arctic Cat's new ZR700, Powder Special 700, ZL600 EFI, and the Pantera Touring Sled? You must have a heart of green and gold, or you already own one. Arctic Cat, what snowmobiling is all about. See Mid-Cities Motorsports West Bend, Fitzgerald's Arctic Cat Powers Lake, Wilson Sport and Marine Palmyra, Lake Country Motorsports Waukesha, and Shoreline Motorsports Racine now, and get a great deal on a new Arctic Cat.
The children were nestled all snug in their beds while visions of bratwurst danced in their heads.
Isn't it supposed to be sugar plums?
All I dream about is flying over to McDonald's for a big juicy Johnsonville brat. And with a large order of golden fries and a medium Coca-Cola, it's a delicious extra value meal.
You mean McDonald's has Johnsonville brats?
Yes, Virginia, McDonald's really is cooking Johnsonville brats. I'd better hurry if I want to get one.
For a limited time at participating McDonald's.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
Our ball game today brought to you by State Farm Insurance and the State Farm agents throughout Wisconsin. For your family, for your insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You know what? It seems like we've been playing forever here in the second quarter, but there's still 10.5 minutes to go in it. A 14-7 ball game with the Packers holding the lead. Look and see who is that on the sidelines with the crutch. Can't tell for sure. Oh, it's down here on this near sidelines.
You know, the truth of the matter here, Jim, you take those 2 touchdown passes away, this has been, we Packers haven't done that much offensively.
First down at the 45-yard line. Henderson in the backfield. They're going to play action fake it. They had Mays on an end around, come up over the middle, wide open. Henderson to the 45, down to the 41-yard line of the Tennessee Oilers. I'll tell you what, when receivers are open, they are open.
They are definitely open. I think Houston notoriously known for not having a great pass defense, and it's showing up today.
With all that motion and confusion before the play, I think the Packers were hoping to get Antonio Freeman deep. He was well covered, and Brett going to a safety valve man, William Henderson.
Got to be a first down at the 41-yard line of the Tennessee Oilers. Here's Brett up under waiting. Brett straight back on the drop. Now spins it off to the left. Good looking screen broken up. Oh, what a great play. They had blockers out in front, but the defender for the Tennessee Oilers, who's not moving, Darrell Lewis, came up and made a good tackle, and they lose back to about the 42. We got an update from Lynn Casper. Lynn?
Well, guys, in Chicago, the Bears are taking it to Baltimore.
Lindstrom takes, give Allen, slanting left to the end run. Touchdown!
Wayne Larrivee on WMAQ, James Allen on the run. It's 10-0 Bears. Jim?
All right, 10 seconds for station identification here on the Packers Radio Network. Second down, 12 back at the 43-yard line. Brett, two-step drop, now pumps, now comes up over the middle, caught by Jeff Thomason down to the 36-yard line, and a quick pickup of about 8 yards. Jeff Thomason filling in the ball game for Chimura, who has a strained calf muscle and is doubtful in returning today.
Mike Holmgren certainly having to adjust his game plan on the run. The 2 tight end offense totally out the window. Mark Chimura down, Tyrone Davis inactive. Jeff Thomason is it.
So it is going to be third down and about 5 yards to go for the first down for the Packers at the 36-yard line of the Tennessee Oilers. Need a play here or you'd have to punt. Split the 2 running backs. Brett with a long count up under waiting. Still waiting. Now goes straight back in the pocket. Short drop. Looks. Now dances to the right. Has to flip it off and throw it away. He intended it for William Henderson, but Henderson couldn't clear the defender, and the Oilers did a good job of putting pressure on Brett, and you have to kick the football. That's a promising drive that will now stop here. So it'll be Sean Landeta who will come in to do the kicking for the Packers.
You know, it really appears Brett much more, which is good, I think, is much more cautious today. He's not throwing anything up for grabs.
So back to do the kicking is Landeta. And as we are starting to see, this is a pretty good Tennessee team. Mason is the deep man to return and a high floater. And the ball is going to bounce at about the 5 and be downed by Michael Blair. He stops the ball somewhere down around the 3-yard line. Michael Blair got downfield quickly and pulled the ball backwards down around the 2-yard line.
That's Sean's 28th kick inside the 20th.
Oh, no, they're going to rule a touchback.
Whoops.
How in the world?
Spoke too quickly.
How in the world could that be a touchback?
Unless he was standing on the line when he touched it, I don't know.
I don't think he was anywhere near the line, folks. I don't know how that could be. Let's listen.
Well, I think they may reverse this.
Well, let's listen and see.
On the field, number 45 went in the end zone, did not get back, reestablished. Touchback.
The 45 wasn't the guy who touched it. 45 was not the guy who touched it. It was number 27.
I've never heard of that ruling anyway.
Well, that's Kerry Cooks. Kerry Cooks is in the end zone, all right. But let's see. All right, he's in the end zone, but he wasn't the one who touched it. It was Michael Blair, and Cooks got back also. Well, I give him to it at the 20-yard line. Can't argue that. That's where the ball is. Your local Quick Trip stores are proud to bring you Green Bay Packer broadcast. Stop at Quick Trip for a full selection to satisfy your game day needs. First down at the 20. Pretty good snowfall coming down right now. Quarterback is Steve McNair. Split the two running backs, hand off to Eddie George deep, picks his hole and comes up across the 20 to about the 23-yard line. There he is hit. Butler is in on the play, and so is Gilbert Brown, and a gain of about 3 yards on the play, second down and 7.
One thing they're proving, Jim, you put a guy 7 yards in the backfield, one back, they're not going to get much against this Green Bay defense.
Not with a good quick defense as you have here.
Packers have played the run tough all year. Just 2 ball carriers, Barry Sanders and Jerome Bettis, gained 100 yards against them.
Ball is put down at the 23-yard line, second down and 7. Now you have 2 men in the backfield. Jackie Harris appears to be the blocking back now, and Wycheck is in motion to this near side. Waiting for the snap is Steve McNair. Long count at the line of scrimmage. McNair rolling to the right, gives it off to George, and George again hit by Reggie White and driven down. Reggie just hitting right in the hole, and there's a loss on the play of about a half a yard. And Reggie gets the hand.
Good job by Reggie at the point, and also Gilbert Brown, pretty active today. Good job by him as well.
M&I Bank, where you can feel good about borrowing with a home equity rate such that is lower than prime. Call 1-800-MI-BANKS to apply or stop by. And don't forget to ask how you can lock in low rates permanently. All right, now it's third down and about 6 yards to go for Tennessee.
Packers in with their dime defense, 6 defensive backs, 4 rushmen. Brian Williams, the single linebacker.
14-7 ball game. The Packers with the lead. McNair's out of the shotgun. McNair waits, goes straight back in the pocket. Here comes McKenzie after him. He comes upfield, caught by Wycheck. First down. Wycheck eludes Brian Williams and gets the first down at about the 35-yard line. And he just, you had Williams on the tight end, and the tight end beat him, got to the point of the first down and caught the ball.
That's really one of the few on-rhythm passes that McNair's got off today, and it worked.
So it is going to be a first down at the 35-yard line.
And again, little or no pressure.
Yep. 6:16 remaining in the first half of the game. 14-7 in favor of the Packers. Split off to the left side is Kevin Dyson. Thigpen is the right, and they have a slot on the right. First down at the 34 for Tennessee. Straight drop back by McNair. Wants to go long. Now he's hit. Now he bounces off and rolls to the right. Throws across his body. It is caught by Dyson. And a first down at the 43-yard line. No, they ruled it hit the ground, incomplete. And Dyson says, no, I caught it. But the official says, no, you did not.
Well, it's a similar call to the earlier situation where a guy, an official from behind, saw it hit the ground, so I think it's a good call.
Now, Keith McKenzie walked Brad Hopkins, the Oilers' left tackle, right into McNair's lap, but because we had no other pressure from another point, he couldn't get the sack.
So it is going to be second down and 10. 5:50 remaining in the first half of the game. And you got a single running back at Eddie George. Second down 10 from the 35-yard line with 3 wide receivers for the Oilers. Waiting is McNair. Straight drop back this time. They walk him back again. He swings it off to George. He couldn't catch it. Pat Terrell was over there just in case he caught the ball, and I think that Eddie might have said whoops and flinched a little bit knowing that there was somebody there.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a screen the way everybody came in, but there was nobody actually out there with him.
Packers blitzed both George Kuntz and Bernardo Harris and got some semblance of pressure.
Well, it's a great time for the great taste of Bud Light. A big hit with fans everywhere because it won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light. It's going to be third down and 10, Tennessee at the 35. This is settled into a defensive struggle right at the moment. Out of the shotgun again goes McNair. Good snap, straight back, a lot of time, looking, now dancing, now in trouble, now running, now on the run to the left side, caught, brought down. Bernardo Harris, 2 yards deep. That'll be a sack for Mack. And money to the backfoot compliments of Budweiser, and Harris's speed made that play.
You know, Bernardo is so steady that we kind of take him for granted, but he's a good, solid middle linebacker.
5:37 remaining, and the first sack of the day, I think, for McNair. Lost only a yard. but it was a good play by Bernardo Harris at the right time. Clock running and waiting for the snap now is the punter, Craig Hendrick.
Number one in the league.
Good snap, flag on the play. This is a low one, however. A bounder that hits at the 30, picked up at the 25 to the 30 by Roel Preston, out of bounds at about the 37. See what the officials are going to rule on the play. The Packers would have the ball at the 37-yard line.
Roel, don't pick a fight on their bench.
Yeah, you know you have to use your head in those plays, don't you? I think they'll decline the penalty because it's against Tennessee, illegal procedure, and they'll take the play. Today's game is brought to you, and the broadcast at least, by your local train dealer. No matter what the temperature is outside, temperature inside your home will always be perfect if you have a train furnace or air conditioner. Remember, it's hard to stop a train. Did you bring a coat? Because we have to go down on the field here pretty soon.
Yes, I did bring a coat. I wish I'd have brought a hat to cover my little bald spot.
I wish you had too, because I'd have borrowed it from you. No, I have a coat. I brought a coat. Jim Palm, is that loyalty? Jim Palm offering to give me his coat. Dennis Krause will be here to do the play-by-play for you in the last couple of minutes of this first half. 5:16 remaining in it. I formation with two receivers to the right. Mays has not caught one today. Freeman has caught three for big yardage, two of them for touchdowns. Here's Brett, play action fake, back to throw, a lot of time. He loves this. Comes up over the middle, incomplete. Freeman was coming into the middle and stopped for some reason, but there was double coverage on him. And so Brett throws it in the middle, and it's incomplete. Brett is 6 out of 12 at this stage in the ballgame, and he might miss Mark Chmura right here in this ballgame.
Well, I agree. That's the guy he likes to go to right in that middle, and this time the middle, it was too many defenders, not enough receivers.
You know, I think Chmura, probably more so than any other Packer receiver, has a sense of what Brett needs him to do when things start breaking down. Great at getting open in those situations.
2nd down and 10 at the 37-yard line. The Packers have been sporadic in the movement of the football today. Brett up under, waits now, and he changes the play, and a little confusion on the part of the running backs. Quick pattern to Freeman on the right, to the 40. Freeman around the corner trying to get upfield, and is pulled out of bounds at about the 43, a couple of yards shy of the first down for the Packers.
Nice stiff arm to Denard Walker on the coverage.
Well, that's just where you just throw it out there and you're one-on-one with a defender, right?
And Freeman is good enough to make extra yardage here, Jim. He's a good runner after he gets the ball.
3rd down, 2 yards to go at the 44. Here comes Russell Copeland into the lineup, and out goes the tight end, Jeff Thomason, who is the better blocker, which would make you think they're probably going to throw the ball.
I would think so.
3rd down, 2 yards to go.
Maybe they're going to fool him.
At the 44-yard line. Sometimes people do get fooled. Here's Brett up under, waiting for the snap. Brett, play action fake. Brett looks, comes up the sideline to Derek Mays.
Interference.
Oh, no flag on the play. Looked like 29 had a hold of Derek Mays on the contest. But there is no flag thrown on the play. But I will say this. The defender certainly had control of it. That's Darrell Lewis on the play.
Well, when you got a hold of
somebody, you can't control him with interference. What can you control?
They got away with one there, Jim, for sure.
No flag on the play, so the Packers have to kick it at 4:40 remaining in the ball game's first half. Here is Sean Landeta. Landeta, this is a high floater that's kind of running off to the right. It is caught by Dyson. Dyson back up to the 20 and out of bounds. Or Mason, rather, out of bounds somewhere at about the 28 or 9-yard line. I want to remind you that Target is a proud sponsor of the Packers Radio Network. It's also your Packers party headquarters. Packer clothes at the Apparel Center, snacks, sweets, and soda for entertaining. Target, expect more and pay less.
The snow seems to be coming down heavy enough where the kickers can't get much air underneath their balls here.
The ball is at the 29. I'm trying to explain to Dennis Krause how to do this broadcast format that it took me 30 years to learn, and I'm still learning. I got 15 seconds to tell him how to do it. 4:31 remaining.
I'm glad I don't have to explain what I do.
Relay the message to me, will you, Jim?
Yeah, right.
I've been wondering about that.
The ball is resting at the 29, 14-7. The Packers have the lead. Here's McNair, play action fake. He rolls left, got a lot of time, wants to throw long, got a man upfield, wide open, overshot him. Man running down the field and had the distance on the defender, Kevin Dyson. Had outrun Tyrone Williams, but McNair overshot him by a good 5 yards.
60 yards in the air, he threw that football. That's a pretty good arm right there.
Dyson, some deep speed, 16th player picked overall last spring, their first rounder out of Utah.
So it is going to be 2nd down. Kerry Cooks comes into the lineup, and Brian Williams goes out for the Packers. Second down, the ball resting at the 29-yard line. McNair with a single running back and 3 wide receivers. McNair on the draw, gives it to Eddie George, trying to slide to the outside, can't get around a corner. Good play initially by Harris, and then Leroy Butler comes and cleans it up and makes the tackle, and Eddie George again just cannot find any running room. Eddie George so far in the ballgame now 10 carries for 24, maybe 23 yards.
Packers blitzing both George Kuntz and Bernardo Harris on that play, and it seems like Fritz Surmer has noticed not getting much pressure, time to bring more folks.
3:56 remaining on third down at 11 yards to go for the Houston Oilers. Waiting now, McNair out of the shotgun again. McNair straight back in the pocket, no rush again, way too much time. Comes up over the middle, and the ball hit Brian Williams in the back. That was a break. He was throwing it for Dyson. Dyson was pretty well covered, had to be well covered because the ball hit Williams right in the back.
Again, too much time to throw the ball, Jim. He's just sitting back there with nobody near him, and that's going to hurt later. They got to get some more pressure on McNair.
Tell you what, Brian Williams has got some kind of range. Not many linebackers going to be that far downfield on a wide receiver.
Max and I are going to leave here after this punt, and Dennis Krause, and you're going to carry him, or he's going to
somehow,
carry you
some way
through the halftime. Well, we'll see you all from the field here shortly. Here's Hentrick back to do the kicking. Hentrick with a bad boot off the side of his foot that is bouncing. Roel Preston lets it go out of bounds somewhere at about the 34-yard line.
Conditions getting tougher and tougher on these specialists.
Jim and Max on their way down to the field. I'm Dennis Krause, joining Larry McCarron for the last 3:29 of the first half here at Lambeau Field. The snow is falling. The Packers lead the Oilers 14-7. We'll carry the halftime ceremonies coming up for Jim and Max.
That was great, Dennis.
Seamless transition.
Sit closer next time, though, will you?
Oh, I'm plenty close to you, Larry.
I'm cold.
Holding on the return, so that'll back the Packers up even further. They lead by a touchdown. 2 long touchdown passes in the first quarter. Favre to Freeman from 57 and 68 yards out. Oilers got on the board in the second quarter. McNair a 25-yard touchdown pass to Derek Mason. That brings us to where we're at. 14-7 Packers, 3:29 to go in the first half.
Dennis, like you said, those 2 big plays kind of gave us a perception of big-time Packer offense, but besides that, it's been sluggish.
Packers start on their own 23, 1st and 10. Levin's the lone setback behind Favre. 4 wide receivers. Favre back to pass. Now the screen to Levins. He's to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, cuts inside of the 35, across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Tell you what, Dennis, that was a very, very excellent job by right guard Adam Timmerman. The timing was not great on that play. Adam sustained his block and held it and held it and held it till Dorsey got by.
They mark it at the 41 for a gain of 18. Coming up on 3 minutes to go in the half. 1st and 10 for the Packers. From their own 41, leading 14-7.
Packers going with their zebra formation, 3 wide receivers.
Levins again, the lone setback. Favre, the snap from Dellenbach, hands off to Levins, left side, and he squirts to about the 44, gain of about 3.
Ross Verba that time, he's got to work on something. That's called finishing your block. Pretty good start to it, but he's got to finish the thing and maintain it throughout the play.
Gives the Packers 2nd and 7. From their own 44, 2:25 to go in the first half. Packers leading 14-7 on the 2 long touchdown passes from Favre to Freeman. Jim and Max halftime ceremonies. They're on their way down. Dennis Krause along with Larry McCarron.
Pass.
Thomason was in motion. Now sets, and Favre with the snap back to pass. Has time, looks for Mays, and has him close to the Tennessee 40-yard line.
Packers sending Jeff Thomason down the deep middle, drawing some coverage off of Derek Mays, opening things up for the grab.
Brings us to the 2-minute warning. Packers leading 14-7. We'll step aside on the Green Bay Packers Radio Network.
You can make it a Pat Wells. You can make it a deep black night. You can make it a smoky nightclub. You gotta make it a Bud Light. You can make it a date with your baby and tell her you treat her right. You can make sure when she's holding her beer, boys, make it a Bud Light. Bud Light's clean, fresh taste won't fill you up and never let you down. So what would you do? Make it a Bud Light. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis,
If it makes sense to buy a sport utility vehicle from the company that invented them, then go to your southeastern Wisconsin GMC dealer. That's right, GMC invented sport utilities, and whatever your needs, they've got one that's just right for you. From the GMC Jimmy, the world's first sport utility that's now better than ever, to the handsome and tough as nails GMC Yukon, to the biggest sport utility ever built, the GMC Suburban. Drive a sport utility vehicle from the company that invented them at your southeastern Wisconsin GMC dealer today.
We can add 2,500 new jobs to the local economy, but we are not a brewery. We can bring 3.1 million tourists to the city, but we are not an airline. We can donate $3 million to local charities, but we are not a bank. Potawatomi. It could happen.
Back at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Jim and Max on their way down to the field for the halftime ceremonies. Dennis Krause along with Larry McCarron. 2 minutes to go. The Packers lead the Oilers 14-7. For a quick update around the NFL, here's Len Casper.
Dennis, a wild one going on in New England. Here's Joe Starkey on KGO.
Second and goal at the 7. Kirby in the backfield. Young straight back drop about 3 steps. Throws across the middle. Terrell Owens, touchdown 49.
Ties it up at 14-14 Niners and the Patriots. Dennis?
More with Len at halftime. Packers 1st and 10 on the Tennessee 41-yard line. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Green Bay leads 14-7. Henderson and Levens behind Favre. He hands off to the second man through. It's Levens. He breaks 1 tackle, then gets inside the 40 to about the 39. Picked up about 2, Larry.
Once again, Ross Verba, and this time you can throw Marco Rivera into the mix. No movement at the point of attack. You got to create a soft spot, punch a hole in that defense, not getting it done right there.
Packers with the full complement of 3 timeouts left in the half, opting not to take one at the moment. 2nd and 9 from the Tennessee 40. Plenty of time at 1:35 to go in the second quarter. Thomason, the tight end, in motion. Favre back to pass. No pressure. Goes over the middle and has Thomason, and he breaks 1 tackle, gets to the 32-yard line. Short of a first down, it would appear.
You know, the Packers practice a lot of their pass plays against air from time to time because if they're run precisely, it doesn't matter. They can take advantage of anybody's zone. And that's just what Jeff Thomason did in that case.
Timeout on the field with 1:19 to go in the second quarter. Packers leading 14-7. They took the timeout, so they now have 2 remaining.
A couple seconds ago, folks, a beautiful video presentation of Jim and Max. They're getting ready to be honored at halftime, and this is their final game at Lambeau Field. Just a spectacular video presentation.
And we'll carry the halftime ceremonies. Packer President Bob Harlan will be involved. We'll hear from Jim Irwin and Max McGee. Jim Irwin's been doing this for 30 years. And Max McGee has been at his side for 20. Another update with Len Casper.
Well, Dennis, the Bears are blowing out the Ravens 17-0. Curtis Conway and a touchdown pass from Steve Stenstrom. And again, we'll have some more scores at the half. Dennis?
Thank you, Len.
The Packers substituting Mike Flanagan, their backup center, putting him in the game as a tight end.
Thomason, the only tight end left, because if you're just joining us, Mark Chimura left with a strained calf.
Actually, Dennis, they were working on this type of situation even before Chimura got hurt for situations in short yardage.
3rd and 1 for the Packers from the Tennessee 32. Favre, play action 11s, looking for Freeman. He's got him inside the 5, breaks the tackle, touchdown. Antonio Freeman for the Packers, his 3rd of the day.
Play action, they get Antonio one-on-one on Darrell Lewis, and it was a simple case of Antonio winning his one-on-one matchup.
And that is a history-making touchdown pass for Brett Favre, as he has 30 touchdown passes for the season. That's 5 seasons in a row of at least 30 touchdown passes.
If my memory serves me correctly, has anybody else ever done that? That's
that
an all-timer right there.
Longwell for the extra point with 1:11 to go in the second quarter. Snap and spot is good, and the kick is through, and the Packers lead 21-7 here in the second quarter. Well, Jim leaves for a few minutes. We pick up a touchdown. It's been that kind of day.
That kind of thing, and certainly Len Casper getting a workout back at the ranch. While the cat's away, the mouse is going to play. But an extra special play by Antonio Freeman, and he's having one heck of a game.
As you mentioned, Larry, beautiful execution on the play action, though. On the short yardage, Tennessee stacking the line, looking for the running play, and Freeman had the single coverage that he was looking for.
becoming obvious that Antonio has become a receiver that demands more than one guy. They got to give the defensive back, whoever it may be, some safety help, because Antonio is just eating people alive when he gets isolated one-on-one.
6 plays, 77 yards for the scoring drive for the Packers, who lead again by 2 touchdowns. Jumped out to the 14-0 lead. Oilers scored to make it 14-7, and now another touchdown by Freeman and the Packers gives them the 14-point cushion at 21-7. Jim and Max halftime ceremonies coming up for you at the break, and we will carry them here from Lambeau Field as the snow continues to fall. Terrific December atmosphere for football in Green Bay, and the Packer fans enjoying this emotional day all the way around, up by 2 touchdowns. Longwell now at the kickoff. Archie takes it on a bounce at the 4 for the Oilers, to the 15, to the 20, and then wrapped up at the 22-yard line as Jim Kitts, just signed this week, contributes.
It's a big treat for him.
Frank Winters went on IR, that's right. Winters on IR, and Kitts comes in and makes the tackle.
And when you make these in-season pickups like this, he's a fullback and so forth, you got to be able to contribute somewhere, and Kitts obviously figuring out where.
Oilers start on their own 23. They have 2 timeouts left, and we'll see how Jeff Fisher plays it. Down 2 touchdowns. The Oilers fighting for a playoff berth. You don't want to turn it over and effectively eliminate yourself from the game, but if you can pop a big one, you never know.
The Packers are certainly playing it for pass. They have 6 defensive backs in the game, 4 rushmen, McKenzie, Lyon, the pass rush people up there.
McNair at quarterback. Back to pass. No pressure. Throws to Wycheck on the right side, tackled by McGarrahan at the 30-yard line. Picked up about 7.
Scotty McGarrahan getting some playing time now with the injury to Craig Newsome. Moves up everybody in the defensive backfield.
Did not get out of bounds, so the clock still running. 45 seconds to go in the half. McNair from the shotgun. Looking downfield now, the pocket collapses. He throws over the middle, and it is caught as the Oilers pick up again. Rodney Thomas is chased out of bounds. He made the reception. Gets to close to the 40-yard line of the Oilers.
Late pressure by Scotty McGarrahan, and quite possibly the longest delayed safety blitz in the history of mankind. I think Scotty want to get that thing going a little sooner to be a factor in the play.
1st and 10 for the Oilers from their own 39. He got out of bounds with 35 seconds to go, so Tennessee still has 2 timeouts to work with. Packers lead 21-7. McNair back to pass, looking to the right side for Thigpen. He makes the catch, gets up, and then forced out by Sharper, but didn't get out of bounds the way it would appear.
Seems to be quite a bit of debate with Darren Sharper what actually is his best position, corner or safety. He said last Friday when we were talking about it that at corner, not a lot of decision making. It's kind of you and the other guy, not a lot of things to think about.
Well, he has that size that's going to be so valuable at corner in the NFC Central with the emergence of Randy Moss as such a big threat. Tennessee had to burn a timeout because Thigpen, veteran receiver along the sideline, got up instead of going out. He really had nowhere to go, so they now just have 1 timeout left with 26 seconds left in the second quarter, and the Packers leading 21-7.
And again, we have not seen, particularly when the Packers rush only their defensive line, any pressure on McNair. Now, Oilers have a good offensive line. We've talked about it, but you still got to figure out a way to get home from time to time.
McNair in the shotgun, waiting for the snap. Now gets closer to the center as he calls out the signals. The Lambeau Field crowd making themselves heard. The snap to McNair. Looking downfield, still looking. Now he's going to take off and run it. He's to the 45, to midfield. Now to the Packer 48-yard line before Leroy Butler makes the tackle. 15 seconds to go, and Tennessee uses their final timeout. So they've got probably about 17 or so yards to go until they can get into Al Del Greco field goal range.
Bernardo Harris missing a tackle on McNair. McNair, he doesn't seem to be running real fast, but it's effective. He makes people miss.
Well, he not only has the mobility, he has the size and strength that makes him difficult to bring down. And really, when you look at the Packers secondary, Leroy Butler is exactly the guy you want to have a chance at him in open field, and he made the tackle.
Now, this is nothing out of the ordinary for McNair. He averages 7.3 a rush. It's kind of a nice extra weapon to have in your backfield.
15 seconds to go in the half. Packers lead 21-7. Jim and Max down on the field for halftime ceremonies. Dennis Krause filling in for just a few moments along with Larry McCarron. We'll carry some of those ceremonies for you. The Oilers have the ball on the Packer 48-yard line, 1st and 10. They are out of timeouts, so they have to use the sideline to try to get into field goal range or take a poke into the end zone if they think the Packers are vulnerable deep, but the Packers loading up with defensive backs. McNair in the shotgun. Mason in motion. He caught their first touchdown. The snap to McNair. And he's looking over to the sideline. It is caught, but still in bounds is the receiver, Dyson. And so the clock continues to roll. That was a rookie mistake by a rookie as the clock shows 4 seconds left. And now they have stopped it for a penalty. And it was illegal use of the hands by the Packers defense. With 4 seconds left, the clock stopped.
Dyson got some living and learning to do in the NFL. That play showed that.
Now the Oilers thinking over where they want to accept the penalty or take the play. The clock says 4 seconds. They might adjust that as well. They might put some time back on that, depending on the call here.
The officials once again enjoying a red letter day here at Lambeau.
It's never smooth, is it?
No.
Del Greco would like a chance.
Contact. Number 42.
Big Al's hit 14 straight. He'd like a crack at number 15, obviously.
Result of the play is a first down.
Okay, they declined the penalty, so with 4 seconds left, the Oilers have the ball on the Packers 37. They're going to try to get another play from scrimmage off because it's too far out for Del Greco. Now they just throw the ball down. McNair grounds it with 2 seconds left, and they're going to give Del Greco a chance, it would appear, unless they're going to throw one Hail Mary up, but then why kill the clock?
That's an interesting point. We'll have to ask Jeff Fisher because I've yet to see the field goal unit march out of the field.
Well, it would be 54, 55-yard field goal. Del Greco, not the strongest leg, although pretty accurate. They put 1 second back on. 3 seconds.
This snow seems to hamper the kicking game as well, Dennis.
Oilers are not going to try the field goal. They're going to try to go into the end zone. 3 seconds left. McNair from the shotgun has time, looking deep, throwing it. Hail Mary into the end zone. Several Packers waiting there back. It's batted up and looks to be caught by a Packer. And it is intercepted by the Packers, so the Oilers go into the end zone.
Might be Leroy Butler at the bottom of that pile.
Butler was there as the Packers stacked it heavily with defensive backs. So we're at halftime. The Jim and Max ceremony is coming up. Halftime at Lambeau Field. Packers lead the Oilers 21-7. Back after this on the Green Bay Packers Radio Network.
With most games, there's the really technical.
Okay, X out, right flare, double set, shotgun formation on 4. Ready? Break!
And the not so technical.
Just go long.
Since most understand the simpler version, the